What's up, guys? Mike here, back with another Overwatch video. In today's video, I wanted to share some of my thoughts on competitive mode, talk a little bit about some of Blizzard's proposed changes that are on the PTR right now, which actually should be probably going live in a couple of days. So let's just, talk about what I think of competitive mode overall. I mean, I've been having a blast. I have played almost 80 hours of competitive mode already, which is pretty insane. Obviously not the highest out there, but I've been having a ton of fun. Been mostly going solo. Every once in a while I'll duo or trio, but mainly been playing solo. And yeah, overall I've just been having a great time. Fun game. Obviously there's some flaws, but Blizzard is making an effort to fix them, which is something I'm very, very happy about. They've been very active with their changes and trying to fix the game. But like I said, I've been around in the Halo scene where we spent months and months trying to get the correct MLG settings for competitive before, we really had those great settings and the ones that would, be at the tournaments all the time. So that's something that Blizzard really has to figure out. They just have to get the proper settings, and it's going to take some time. So I honestly think they've done an excellent job, and their first iteration of a competitive mode was actually pretty good. But I think their next season will be even better, and yeah. So let's hop into some of the proposed changes. So obviously the first thing that they fixed finally, I know everybody's been having some issues with this, is the rage quit thing. So when the enemy team, when you're destroying the enemy and they have a guy who just like gives up and wants to rage quit out, then all of a sudden you don't win any experience to rank up, which is absolutely terrible. It's like I just beat them so hard that they quit and I get no points because they quit. Why should I get punished for making that guy leave? So they finally fixed it. They tried to fix it last week with a hotfix, but it didn't actually work. But they ended up fixing it a couple days ago. So finally, if you win and your opponents quit out and rage quit, you still get full experience, which is so good. I'm very happy they made that change. Definitely been very frustrating for some people. I mean, I don't have a lot of leavers. I don't really know. Other people complain a lot, but I play hundreds of games and I just don't get that many levers. Maybe it's because I'm over rank 60, and I guess under rank 60 there's a lot of levers or something. I'm assuming the lower you go, the more levers there probably are. It's something similar to that. So I don't really experience it that much, but I'm sure for some other people out there it's been really annoying because you win 3 games, but they were all 3 had a lever, and then you lose 1 game and it's literally the same amount, or maybe even lose more than you actually won, even though you won 3 games versus only losing 1. So I definitely see where that's an issue, and I'm glad that Blizzard addressed that. So hopefully people will stop complaining about that as the reason that they're not climbing, when in reality it's probably not the reason they're not climbing. Let's be real, because the same thing's happening to other people too. So alright, so the next thing is the coin flip / sudden death. Obviously I'm not a big fan of this. I don't like randomness, I don't like coin flip, and I think even if Blizzard gets to a point where they have all the numbers in the back end and they can be like, well, I mean, we've seen 50,000 games played on Gibraltar and offense has a 50.5% chance to win, something like that, where it's like pretty much dead even. Even if it's in that, there's always going to be a perceived advantage. Like the player base is always going to be like, well, attacking's better on this map, and there's always going to be a perceived in the mind of the player. It's like, oh, well, they got the advantage, so that side's an automatic win, even though it might be like 51% or 52% average win rate on that side. So I don't think there's ever going to be a situation in which people are happy with coin flip. Like, even when you win, you kind of feel bad. It's like, well, yeah, that kind of sucks. So Blizzard already said that they're going to remove coin flip for next season, which is, again, excellent. I fully support that decision, and they're going to try and make it so sudden death overall happens much less, which I think is great, because sudden death should feel more impactful, right? But every single payload game goes to sudden death, it feels like. So I don't know, it doesn't feel as impactful as it should, right? And that actually moves us on to the next thing, which is overtime, which again is something that doesn't feel impactful. If you have overtime every single game, it's not exciting, But they're addressing this, which is excellent. So let's read the changes. If a match goes into overtime for more than 20 seconds, the fuse will now start to burn down more quickly. And also, players now respawn more slowly during overtime. It increases the spawn time by 2 seconds. So that means, like, obviously 2 seconds longer for respawn time for the defending team, which basically means like the offense has a much better chance of denying, like whoever controls the position. So on King of the Hill, if you control the position, and then if you're like attacking, or I mean, I guess whoever's in control, because I guess defense could have control too. So either way, I guess whoever has control, it benefits, because they force the opposite team to respawn slower, so they get back to the fight slower. So theoretically, overtime should end faster, and then also it burns down much slower. I mean, my personal suggestion with like overtime is like, well, I don't know. I just don't want to go into overtime as much, which is like kind of hard to balance, because there's heroes like Tracer and stuff, and like Winston, things that can like jump on the point very, very easily and constantly like trigger overtime. I don't exactly know how they get into a state where they don't trigger overtime as much, because like King of the Hill maps, I feel like it's just going to always go off. But I don't know. These are some good steps in the right direction. I think overtime might still need some more work, because I'm sure it's still going to pop up like constantly. And, oh, well, this is actually goes right into the overtime changes. I mean, I'm sure everybody hates, you know, constant overtimes that last 10 minutes when they're getting Tracer spammed and Diva spammed, and there's like 5 Divas on the point, and it's a Diva on Diva battle, and yeah, I'm sure no one likes that. So they're introducing hero limits, which is pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. I think hero limits should have been in the game to start, but either way, so let's talk about them. It's 1 hero limit per team. So that means if I have a Reaper on my team, obviously you can still have a Reaper on your team. Like both team, it's only one team. It only matters for your team. So if I have a Reaper, you can have a Reaper obviously on the enemy team, but I can't have a second Reaper on my team. So that's all it really means. 1 hero limit. I think this is going to be really good, especially on King of the Hill maps where you see a lot of like, you know, double Tracer, double Lucio, double Winston, double Zarya, double Reaper. Like there's so many of these stupid double comps that are like actually really good, because when you stack up the heroes, they get exponentially better, it feels like. At least certain heroes do. Like when you have double Zarya shields and they're shielded the entire time and they're both at 100 energy melting your entire team, you're like, yeah, this should only be one of them. So I'm very happy about these changes. And like I said, this will also kind of help that overtime as well, because you won't be able to spam you know, Tracer and Diva. I'm sure you're still going to see like 1 Diva, 1 Tracer, 1 Winston and stuff like that, but at least you won't see 5 Divas, which is going to be great. So I like those changes overall. I don't know, yeah, 1 hero limit should be cool. I'm excited to see, you know, what develops. I'm just happy that Blizzard is actively, constantly changing their competitive mode and, you know, playing with things, testing things, getting feedback, and they're not afraid to like say that they're wrong and change something, right? Like their whole mantra was, you know, we're never, you know, you should always be able to switch heroes, and multiple heroes is a core part of the game. And look, they're already going to 1 hero limit. So I think that is amazing, and I love that Blizzard is willing to change even like one of their core philosophies to make the game more competitive and more enjoyable for everybody. So props to Blizzard. I'm excited about competitive mode. I hope you guys are too. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next time. Catch you guys then. Peace.